This is Reality Dispatch, written by Jim Mins.
One week until Christmas, and Officer Bud Kramer had had enough. He had already, earlier in the day, made 3 arrests. 2 were felonies. He was on the verge of completing a double shift on overtime, something that he wouldn't be complaining about, having needed the extra money to pay for child support. What got his bug in a bear, though, was the fact that this would be his first Christmas alone, away from the kids. The first Christmas since she decided to upend his life and have them move half a country away. Yeah, he was bitter, to say the least. To keep his mind from wondering about what they were up to, all he could do was work. It was 1990, the year when you could work, not like 30 years from now when they pulled you up on PTSD if you ever made an arrest in a week and made you sit down with a shrink to describe your feelings. To hell with that. Bud would work. Like a man. He would suck it up. Like a man. He would make multiple arrests. Like a man. And he would, by God, dish out as many tickets and parking violations in the lead up to Christmas Eve as his little notepad could fit, because why the hell should anyone feel happy this time of year? God knows he didn't. He was miserable, and so, by default, at least in Bud's eyes, so should everyone else. Chicago stank this time of year, despite the cold air putting a crisp on the wind chill and clogging up the nose follicles, blackening the snot, meaning nothing could be smelt. That must just be his bad mood making its way through his attitude again. Kramer 1024 over, the radio said as Bud put the vehicle in park. This is Kramer, over, he responded. Bud, we got a missing kid over on Wiltshire Lane, said the dispatch. The parents are in France, and they want us to make a house call to see if the kid is okay. Bud raised an eyebrow. Say that again, dispatch. I know how it sounds, Bud. Just stick your head in the doorway, knock 3 times, and see if the kid is all right. All right? It's a simple one. I hate working a double shift, Bud thought to himself. Well, how old is the kid? 8. And he's home alone? Supposedly, said dispatch. You do know I'm not allowed to enter the property if he doesn't invite me, whether he's 8 or not. How are we supposed to know if this is a crank call or what? Bud was incredulous. He had a knife pointed at his face in a crack den on the Lower East Side of Chicago 7 hours earlier. Now he was going to stick his head into the mansions of rich kids to give them a tuck-in before bedtime. That's affirmative. Just knock on the door and see what the go is. Nothing more we can do. Over, dispatch said. Roger, Bud accepted. He drove the winding roads out of Midtown, over by the suburbs, until he had reached a Millionaire Manor. That's what he always referred to the area as far back as he could remember. No disturbances ever emerged amongst the rich. He couldn't remember the last time he had a call out here, if ever. When he reached the property, it looked secure. He knocked on the door and waited. He checked the adjacent windows. No response. He peeped in to see the decorations, all lit up, on timers, he believed. He knocked again. Despite his misgivings about a duty of care he may or may not have towards this rich kid who may or may not be hiding inside. What's the name of this kid? He asked dispatch on the radio attached to his shoulder. Kevin McAllister, said dispatch. Kevin, Bud yelled through cupped hands up into the night sky, hoping his voice would project upwards to the bedrooms he presumed were above. No response. For good measure, he knocked 3 more times and waited. Still nothing. There's nothing wrong here. The home looks secure. No one here as far as I can tell. Bud began to step away from the doorway, keen to return to the grit of the city and do some real police work. Tell them to count their kids again, he said, as a spit in the face to all the money they made that he needed to pay his child support, and instead, he was working a double that might soon turn into a triple. He started the engine and took off towards the city.
For more stories, head to jimmins.substack.com.